Hello, hello. So I'm back here. This one is a video on options, on the options menu in Dota. Right here, right there. That's what we're going to be talking about in that upper corner. This other video is good for new and for people who've been playing it a while, because I'm going to talk about what they do generally. I'll skip over a few, and then how it works and why I use them in game, and then you can make the best decision based on how you like to play and what you like to do. This never attack a new target without explicitly targeting it. I ignore. I like the standard attack. That way he keeps attacking. I don't know if that's good or bad. If you like to do it, automatically attack an enemy hero in range is usually really bad. Usually really bad, because there's a lot of times you just don't want to attack. You want to move away and you don't want to gather things. So that one's pretty straightforward. Auto select summon units right here. It does what it says. It groups them with your hero when you do them. Normally, when you have a hero and you create a summoning, whether it's Necronomicon or Necrobook, whatever you want to call it, or Chaotic Offer in here, it does this. So you're still controlling your hero. That's the way I like it. I do not like this ability on. But if you turn it on, it doesn't do what I would like it to do. I would think it would select the other unit, but it makes you a group. So all commands are unified at that point in time. Now you can tab across this group, but you're still just doing that for spell casting, basically, or control. So not quite what I would like. I have a different thing. That's keyboard shortcuts. That's a different video. Now we have double tap to self cast. I really like this ability here. Am I still max? Fuck this program. So normally double tap, well, I don't have anything on, doesn't do anything. So I'm hitting the Y button. Nothing. So I have to go click that to do that. If I want to do it to myself, I have to do that. I have to click myself to do it. Now I'm running away from a fight. This is why I like it. So with force staff, yields, items, self-saving items, stuff that have initially the same thing. With force staff, you have to be really careful with the direction you're facing. So you're walking around this corner and you really want to get from here to here, but you're trying to run away for your life. So it's really hard to line up. So if I was to do this, try to get to line up and then hit, I'm going to miss all the time trying to get downhill. While if I have double tap on, I can get lined up kind of closer and then double tap it right away. Or I'm getting gone on instead of clicking myself to use, because my mouse is way down here. So that's lost time to take up. So I double X. I think it's so much better to have it on. I know some people won't like it, but it just removes an action. It's especially useful for things that you have to line up. So now we have smart double tap right here. What that does is you hold Alt when pushing in an item or ability. So that's it's basically the same thing as double tap, but it's set up for autocast, which is something I'll talk about in a different video. Let's see. Now that my items are near the bottom of my keyboard, Alt isn't too bad, but I used to have my items 1 through 3, 4. So hitting Alt and then hitting one of those at the same time was pretty bad, but still that's more key movement. And thinking about, since my fingers are almost up at my QWER, I'd rather have a double tap instead of having to move my keys or 2 fingers across the keyboard instead of 1. It's what I think I really like, but it's not bad to have on, and it really doesn't do anything to preview it. Alright, so now we're on Unified Orders with control. That's more straightforward. It does what it says. When I have my golem over here, I hit Control A, and then I can go back here and do this. If I want him to Control M, which is super far away, you kind of get the deal. They both go. Even though I'm not selecting any other hero, I don't have to worry about it. That general direction, I can say, hey, everybody, go over here. It's very useful with more summons, like a Necro Book. And then you have your guys, and they're doing separate things on other sides of the map. So you can just hit Control A in that general direction, and you're pretty good to go. Next we have teleport requires hold or stop, which is H or S in my keyboard shortcut land. I highly, highly recommend having this on. Highly, highly. And what it does is, normally, so I got my TPs on. I did it once. I just did that to clear it. So I'm going over here, and I accidentally move. Or I click somewhere else, and I accidentally move my character. I am effed. That's 74 seconds down here. Ooh, that's gonna burn. So this fixes it. It's so you don't accidentally do it. You can, so you push this down, and then you can teleport into a lane.
By the power of Goroth.
Turning off free spells, and then while I'm doing that, I can hit T, and then I can just, I hit R next, and I'm immediately gonna drop that next without having to worry about. So I'm like shift queuing what my next item is, but I don't have to. And for those that don't know, like I can shift A, and you can see that my character will move from place to place. It's kind of a similar thing. You used to have to do that with teleports and all that stuff, but it's good. It's also, it's just, I recommend having that on, and you can stop your teleport at any point in time. So I'm going here, I'm gonna regret it. Then everybody says no, 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 no. So you hit S or H, you're still good to go. It's just a better way to cancel it and keep secured, because one of the bigger mistakes you can make in the game is going from one giant point to the map to the other point of the map and getting screwed because you accidentally misclicked, can't show up for a team fight, won't get there for 30 seconds, and your team loses the game. All because of you. So now we have channeled abilities required to hold stop. Right now, a channel ability is very much like my hero or here. She's doing this, and I'm gonna be ulting, and then I accidentally click somewhere else, and then I am screwed. I have it off because I like it. I like the extra action.
Yes.
So if I'm here and I have Frostbite ready to go, somebody's running at me, instead of me hitting stop, I can just Frostbite them right away or do another reaction. Now when you're first starting Dota, you're going to interrupt your channel spells all the time when you don't want to. And a great example here of that is Sand King. Because you want to, in most cases,
Their annihilation is but a blink away.
channel this and then blink in to do your thing, which is really easy to interrupt and has a long cooldown prompt. So you'll get anxious, you'll hit that, and you're almost ready, and then your spell's over and you messed up. So what it does is it basically prevents you from doing that. What I'm hitting is free spells to clear this, if you're not sure what's going on. So I'm basically just erasing my timeouts for just for speed to show you guys, or show you all what's up. So we had R, and then I can, and then it cues it just like the other one. I didn't interrupt it; it just did my next action right away. No big deal. And when you play a lot of Sand King, stuff like that's greatly appreciated. But other spells, like Crystal Maidens or somebody's, that you start to channel it and you don't want to actually moving to hit stop or doing other things to hit stop feels much better, and I think you should practice it. But, you know, how it be, how it be. Alright, so this ability I hate. I know I got it on right now, but I'll turn it off just to show you what's going on. So it's right click to force attack. How it starts off and the way I like it is, so right there, I'm moving my hero around. Now you would think right click force the attack. It's right click to force attack allies only. So I get a different hero up here. She would be a great example of that. So if I right click now, nothing happens on these units because it's off. But I right click the enemy, I attack the enemy. What I do is when I turn it on is, if you read the tip, right clicking on a friendly unit will cause your hero to attack that unit. Which has its cases. It's really good for denies, but overall in the game I think it's really bad. So what it does when you have it on is you can auto attack groups by right clicking them. Allies, you can deny things. Seems kind of good, but in most cases it's really bad, in the sense that I am over here and I'm going to get this last hit here and I want to move this way. I accidentally click that creep, I don't move. And that'll get you into trouble a lot. A hero will be running down from up here and you'll be like, ah, Crystal Maiden! And you click there and you stand still and you get hit one more time. I recommend having it off a whole lot. It'll make your lives easier. It seems like it'd be beneficial, but hitting the move key, which I'm hitting right now, is so far to the right, or to my right of the keyboard, that it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. Alright, so now we got, I think all these are off by default. You'll have to tell me. It's hard to load up defaults and all that stuff. But right click to force attack, I have off. Everything's getting set to how I normally set it as we go down the list. I was experimenting before, so now I turn on quick attack and I turn on quick move. But when they're off,
indeed,
what that does is right now I'm holding A. And as soon as I
thought as much.
Nothing happens, okay? I have to left click after A, which is a lot of work. Whether it's a deny or you know, trying to get gold or an enemy. That's an extra click you want to avoid and slows you down. And move is the same way.
Yes.
Then hitting Shift M. Well, yeah.
I move.
It's just that little bit of annoyance to deal with in Dota. So I highly, highly recommend you turn on quick attack and quick move. And what that does is you hit A and it just, that's it. I'm not left clicking to attack that creep. So I can move into position a little better with the way I got it set up. And then I can attack.
Indeed.
And do my duty. I can also, for more advanced things, fake attack between A and S much easier than having to finish that attack, which we'll go into a little more details later. And you can do that while you're, while you right click. I'm kind of swinging. The important part about this little move right here is I'm lining myself up. When I go to attack a creep here, I know this is extra details, I have to turn around and attack. If I'm getting ready to attack this high ground creep here, I can hit S, or just for my sanity's sake, this creep here. I get lined up, so I click it and then stop, and then when I'm ready, I let it attack.
I feel colder already.
It's those little things that, especially when you play sniper, you're like, oh, I'm gonna hit it, but you really have to turn and then swing, and your projectile's really fast out of sniper. I don't know if it's instant, but it's really close. That'd be a really good example of you're gonna get yourself lined up and then you're gonna just stop. and then you can get that last hit and beat out whoever you're laning with at the time.
Let's go.